There are two narratives about the location of Osama bin Laden. The one that you're most familiar with is that UBL is hiding in a cave in the tribal areas, that he's surrounded by a large contingent of loyal fighters. But that narrative is pre-9/11 understanding of UBL.
Well, I knew it was controversial, you know, going into it. I braced myself for, but not the sort of the degree of the volume of the conversation, and I think there's an interesting desire, curious to me, to kind of oversimplify the piece and, you know, like black, white, this revealed this revealed that, you know, and it's a very, very, very complex story, all of it, and quite honestly, the most critical piece of information, as the film demonstrates, was actually a name found in a file that had been, you know, in existence in the CIA since 2001. So there was, you know, it's a very interesting story as it laid out, and I think that I don't know, I think it's curious, you know, the kind of misunderstanding of the piece. You know, I feel like it's an opportunity to, you know, for various agendas to, I suppose, to, you know, use it as a sounding board.
It must be quite a challenge to make a film like this in The Hurt Locker, where, you know, it's not fiction entirely and it's not a documentary. It's somewhere in the middle. So where do you start with that and bring it together?
Well, I think you kind of, you know, you look at your research and then you try to do as faithful an adaptation as possible, and be as responsible to the research as you possibly can. And I mean, like, you know, it's very, you know, there were some very, very regrettable tactics that were utilized, but they're part of that story, and to have omitted them would have meant whitewashing the story, whitewashing history. So, you know, it's really interesting to kind of, you know, look at the events as they're laid out, and then you know, kind of try to create a narrative out of it, but knowing that it's a movie. You know, it's not a documentary, it's a movie, and it's accurate in the way a movie can be accurate.
You've got 5 Oscar nominations for this film, which is great. Were you slightly disappointed you didn't get a directing nod, or?
Well, I think the controversy, you know, has been the controversy. You know, so
you think that might have something to do with it?
Yeah, I think so.